Hey guys, I just want to teach you a little bit about how I find my cryptos. While most of the world searches for the quality of cryptos by doing deep research about companies and things like that, I have discovered a method I've been using for a decade or more where I can find, just by looking at the shape of a chart, if smart money is in the chart, if or dumb money, um, and that's like the major thing. I don't need to go any further than that right now. Let's just jump right into it on how I do this. First of all, this link right up here, that link at the top there, you could just go to the website and set it up yourself. But that link there will take you to my settings and what I use. I'm just started using this drawing tool, so I can do this on my phone. Let's see. How do I do that? There we go. Undo that. Okay. Bear with me, guys. Okay. So what I've done on this thing is I've chosen Kraken because that's the exchange that I use. As an American, I don't have access to my really favorite exchanges like Binance and Kraken, except for US Virgin, which sucks. So I set that for Kraken. I set volume over 500K. You always want a volume, maybe 20 times whatever you're going to invest. That's not a bad way to go. So what I do is I basically go here and let's see, and then I sort. I will go ahead and sort by I go ahead and sort by this 6 months here, and I set this at 6 months so I can get a good look at things. And then I just go down through the list. Right here, you're only seeing a few of the items in the list. Let me see if I could blow it up a little bit. I go through the entire list after I sort. Oh, and also when I do the sort, I'm making it, when you hit it once, it goes low to high. So I hit it again, the 6 month, and it goes high to low. I'm looking at which have done the best over 6 whole months. In this example, that's really a great way to go about what I'm doing. So next up, I've only got a few here for you, but it is amazing that just by doing that setting, that XRP is at the top, and which actually is my favorite coin at the moment. So that's very interesting. And maybe it tells a little bit about the value of this. Okay, so let's try to show you what am I looking for here. Basically, when you see a 6 month chart, now, first of all, we're comparing it to the time we're in today. The moment we're in today, we have Bitcoin and the alt market, total 3. We have all of them looking like they're crashing. So all of them are looking kind of like, I don't like that color of green. How do I change my color? Good old blue, you know I like blue. So right now, this is why at this moment it's really a great tool. Right now we see total 3 crashing, Bitcoin crashing, everybody's saying it's all over now. I've actually been saying we're very close right now. We're in the process possibly of transitioning into a second top. It'll be like a double top. Of course, double tops, watch my previous video, but double tops or some form of thereof. I'm not going to go any further. Watch my previous video for that. So what are we looking for here to find wonderful coins? Well, when everything's doing what I'm telling you right now, when the whole market is creating this crashing type of look, right? That's when you want to look for cryptos that are going from a low to a high. This indicates smart money invested. What does smart money do? Smart money knows when to buy and they hold and hold and hold. So one thing that lets us know when smart money's involved is if everything else crashes during a panic moment, that's a great time to take a look at these charts and see what is crashing the least during a panic moment. Why? Because during panic moments, it's dumb money. It's emotional money that gets scared and sells. It's smart money that stays in for the longer term, right? So if you're ever having a big crash that occurs for a few days, right? That's a good time to come back to this and see, during that big crash, did many of them crash like this? And did another one resist it by crashing like this? If it did, my friends, then smart money is here and emotional money is here. Does that make any sense? Hope so. Okay, so when I look at this and I see XRP going like this, up and staying on top of basically a straight line, when we see that compared to other coins going down, down, down during this bearish, scary phase, this shows that this is bullish. This shows that smart money's not selling during the crashing phase. Does that make any sense? Okay. So, for example, I guess I can't show you because it's not all here. For example, by going through this today, I found a new coin that I am very interested in. Why am I interested in it? I can't show you it on here because I don't have it in my example, but I love the shape of its chart because it looks like it hasn't done a super bullish moment, right? Everybody's done a super bullish moment. Everybody's done a super bullish moment. And so this one may be looking to do its super bullish moment during my next phase that should be beginning any time now. And so that one turned out to be, we'll see in a minute. But actually, we'll go show you that chart, right? So no worries there. Let's go take a look at things. Here we go. Okay, so that's that. Now, let's get a longer look at this puppy dog right here. For sure, baby. Yeah. A silly goose, right? Okay, so when I was entering all the coins I liked on that chart, I was entering all of them into my comparative analysis, which I do on TradingView. Let's see. Up here, unfortunately, it's not showing that. But at the very top left of your TradingView chart, you basically are going to have a little circle with a plus. That means compare. When you're doing that, you're comparing multiple coins to one another. And so what I did was I went ahead and entered in all the coins that I found interesting visually, right? All the ones. BCH, all these ones. You could look at that yourself, okay? Then I look at this chart and I go back to a moment. Where do I start the chart? It's important where you start the chart. So we want to go back to a moment. Well, we'll look at the most recent place where we can start a chart compare. We'll look at where a recent moment might be up here. Unfortunately, I don't have the dates down here for you. Oops-de-daisy. Yeah, I don't have the dates here for you, but it's not important for what I'm trying to share with you now. So where do you start the chart? The reason why starting the chart is great on the comparatives is because it brings all of the charts matching each other to the same point. So all of these will come and start at the same exact moment, and they'll all blast off from there. So you could do a really great visual analysis of what's going on, okay? So I can see right here, if I was to start this chart, what I mean by starting the chart is moving the chart to the far left, okay? moving the chart to the far left, like way over here somewhere, I have the chart at a moment similar to this one I'm seeing right up here more recently. By moving it, finding a moment where there was a low spot, where everything was low at the same time, that is where you find a great place to get a good visual comparative analysis. So I did it far back so I could see everything in the long haul. And it shows me that this green one went up really high, shows me a lot of really cool stuff, okay? But what stood out to me, a lot of these I deleted after I looked at the chart. The thing that really stood out to me a lot was TRX. You see TRX right there? That pink one? TRX really stood out to me as something very interesting. Very interesting. So let's try to move this thing to where we could see it better. Now, what is so special about TRX? Okay, so where am I at now? Am I at drawing mode? Yeah. And by the way, please don't write to me complaining about the slowness of this. You know what, guys? Just appreciate when you get some information that's helpful. I'm not here to make a beautiful video. I'm here to teach my selected friends. And I'm not here to grow an audience. I make my money from investing, not from an audience. So if you guys don't like this, just shut it off now. Please, shut it off now. Never listen to me again, please. No worries. It's all good. Okay, so what was exciting about this to me? Well, I see a lot of these coins made super tops already, right? XRP's in the process of it. I'm still involved in XRP though. XRP is that red one right there, right? A lot of these made really great kind of super tops already along the way. If I can find one that hasn't made a super top yet, and it shows health, that's exciting because that means it's possible that during this next phase that's coming up maybe around a week from now or something like that, when that begins, maybe that's when it will do its super top. But even if not, it has a possibility of doing a double top, which would be great. So the one that stood out the most is not all of these with shapes. It's not all the ones with these shapes of up and down and up and down, and it's not the ones with those shapes. The shape I am fascinated by, well, it's actually similar to my XRP. My XRP is this red lines here. That's one I've been involved in lately. Check out my previous videos. You've seen some really genius entries and exits that have really been wonderful. XRP is kind of like that though. XRP basically goes back. It was flat and up. That's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for. But look at this beautiful pink line right here. This pink line stands out. Pink line right here. No, I drew it incorrectly. This pink line basically is going straight up. It hasn't had a beautiful moment until here. Until here. Until here, down and flat. But what's really exciting is this flatness here. This flatness here, guys. Okay? That is what's interesting. That is where you see there may be a lot of smart money in this one right here. Because look at what everybody else was doing during this flatness spot here. Okay? Everybody else, even XRP, crashing. This blue one, crashing. This one here, crashing somewhat. Crashing up, crashing. Green one, crashing. Everybody crashing. But there is smart money that seems to be buying during this moment here. And it didn't previously have the super excitement in the back. It just grew slowly. It hasn't been noticed in a sense. And so when it went up and smart money looked at it, they said, I'm going to start buying it. How do we know it? We know it because as everything else kept just crashing, it started flattening out after a super top, right? So after a super top and down, if it's a bad one and emotional, it's going to continue on down. This instead, you see smart money is buying, buying, buying. This is how I do this. And when I saw that line on my screener that I showed you a second ago, I was so excited to see the way that shape of that line was. All right, so now we get rid of all the nonsense because I see it's crazy right here. So I deleted all the stuff I'm not interested in. You know, I've been interested in what are these coins here? Well, see for yourself. I've been interested in those for a while. But right at this moment, what am I interested in getting into? After my little comparative analysis, okay? I'm changing it all up, changing up what I'm interested in along the way. And we need to do this sometimes, right? If our charts are not showing us that the next phase is going to be profitable, then screw what you're into. Get into it another time. And let's look for what's next. Now, so here we are. Let's just open it up a bit. Okay. And, okay. So I just bought XRP. Where did I buy XRP? I bought it right about here, actually, or here. Look at a previous video and you'll see where I bought it. I have a whole methodology for how I locate where to buy things, right? Okay, but XRP is still a favorite. Why? Once again, these crashed, these other favorites. They crashed too hard. It shows that there's a lot of emotional money in them, but smart money is in XRP because it stayed flat during a crashing phase. And that's why I'm in XRP right now for the next buy. And this doesn't look as good because XRP is like dominating the chart in a comparative type of way. But if I would have deleted XRP, then this pink one here would actually have come out to look like this and then this, right? And then you'd see the health of it so much better. But let's go look at another thing of how that looks. But that's how the comparative analysis is working so far. So then I went over and I went ahead and opened up my Tron, right? This Tron got me excited, right? I haven't looked at Tron in ages. As a matter of fact, I made a lot of money off of it like, I don't know, 4 years ago or something. Long time ago. But guess what? It went into stasis. People stopped paying attention to it. That's when things can get interesting, right? So here's the long chart of Tron, and then I have my kind of my super indicator. This is one of my super indicators, right? And the super indicator, in my super indicator here, we basically have the orange line, which really lets me know when things are going to get truly, truly bearish, things like that. And then the black line, that's other good stuff. So we look in the past and look for a moment that's similar to the moment we have today up in the future. And basically we have the black line rising above the orange line. So we have black line in a nice, beautiful upward trajectory. And then we have, and then we have basically right where that black line covers over the orange, we see price moving into the black line, but really rejecting the orange line. That's very bullish, very bullish. And what ended up happening to that chart when it did that? Well, you see what it did from there. It went all the way up to that new high. Today, now on my super indicator, how do I know when something's going to go really negative? I just showed you really positive is that bounce out of the orange right there, right? I showed you it's really positive for me when we have that bounce above the orange. It doesn't go below the orange. The minute I see solid candles beginning to form below the orange, that's when I can tell we have a more bearish scenario taking place, and I have to get in at lower and lower prices. Okay? All right. So we looked at that. Now let's go see what the future looks like. So the future, we had the slow rise. Now remember, look at this. This is all rising phase, long-term rising phase, and without a super top at the end, like a little bit of one, a little bit of one. But now we look at today. Today on Tron, we're seeing a similar thing take place. Very sexy. Me like it. Me like it. And what's happening is the price is riding along my orange. It's riding along my orange. And it's doing it for a long enough period of time, especially compared to the rest of the market, where it doesn't look like it's going to dip into the orange. It still could. But basically, with me saying that actually I didn't say this yet, but I meant to say that we may actually be on the XRP chart, we may actually already be at a bottom before next phase. We may already be that. In a previous video, I said maybe in a week from now. I can't remember what the full meal deal was on that. Maybe a week from now, or we've on XRP already reached the bottom, which hasn't been an extreme bottom. But sometimes not being an extreme bottom is how they fake you out, because you're trying to buy at lows. And anyway, so here we are now, and this old boy right here is staying nicely above the orange long enough, right? For me, it's been long enough that it is creating a bullish sentiment, and we already have a bullish sentiment that we talked about. The bullish sentiment is that it went up instead of crashing down to previous lows, right? It went up, and then you see smart money buying and holding it up at a higher high, right? So we never went back down to previous lows, which everything else, a lot of what everything else did do that. That is very bullish. And so that's why just today, I've added a coin that I have not thought about in a long time. Did I do it by going to 1 million YouTube videos, by going into in-depth studies of what is a quality coin? No, sir. For 10 years, I've been using this methodology, and I picked some really great coins, and ended up quitting my job back in 2018 and living off of profits up till now. So, where would we buy this? Well, I don't know, like I said, like maybe we can buy this, look for, a little bit of a lower point, like that. If it has a long candle, if you really want to be conservative and you're afraid it's going to have another long candle, you do have one right there. If you feel like it's going to have another long candle and you want to really be safe, and this is not financial advice, never is. It's just me thinking out loud. But if I was to buy, let's put it that way, if I'm going to buy that, which I am, and I wanted to be ultra conservative, then I would probably buy where this long candle went down here, near the bottom of that long drop wick that dropped down there. That's what I would do if I wanted to be conservative. And even if I was wrong, here's the good news in my humble opinion. But if I didn't need to be super conservative, by the way, I might go ahead and buy near the current lows, okay? If I didn't need to be super conservative. And here's somewhat of the good news about this. In my humble opinion, even if I'm wrong, and this purchase here, conservative purchase here or here, even if that's made, we actually have a very good chance, and I can't really show you on here because my chart's too small. We have a very good chance that even if we crash into a really long wick, there's a good chance that over the coming months, we will return up to this black line. This black line. By that time, though, that black line over time may have went here, and I can't show you the real timeline, so I'll speed up the timeline by going like this. But in this case, the black line may be down to here. But what does that give us? That means that even if we drop all the way down to here, right? there's a very good chance that if we don't panic sell down here, that we will have our secondary escape over the next couple months back up near my black line. And since you watched the entire video, I'm going to tell you what the black line is. The black line is the 100-day moving average. So go ahead and set up the 100-day moving average on your chart. And if something really scary happens, well, I'm not telling you to do it because it's not financial advice, but here's what I would do. If that happens, then I'll make my next escape without having really lost any money, maybe a little bit, by escaping below, touching the 100-day moving average, or barely below touching the 100-day moving average. That is where I will make my escape. Part of investing, part of making money is not always being right. It's knowing how to make the smartest exits. Best of luck to you guys. Wait, do I have anything else to share? Hold on. Let's get rid of all those. Oh, well, this is just a close-up, right? So the close-up here shows you right there where black rises above gold. That's what it looked like in the past. And then it went up into the future. Here's the close-up of today. Black rising above gold, right over to the right. And staying away from the gold.